So what is it that we think we've discovered? Well, we think we've discovered something really fundamental and important from a genetics perspective that could have far-reaching implications. Even if it's a phenomenon that's only identified and restricted to plants, it is nevertheless really important. And what we think we've discovered is this. We believe that the data we have show that these plants that we work on have a backup copy of their DNA genome. And that backup copy provides additional information that the plant can use to help it survive in changing environments. And it's kind of like a backup copy that you keep, as most of us do with our computer files, because we know that sometimes the operating systems fail, or there's a power failure, or you lose your files, or the files become corrupt. So you keep a backup copy so that you will always have that to fall back on. Well, if our data are correct, we believe that that's in fact exactly what they're showing, that the plants have figured out a way to keep a backup copy. And once in a while, they use that backup copy to overwrite the DNA genome and put in new information. So here is a single Arabidopsis plant, and one of the experiments that we did, which is detailed in the paper on the website, is that we took samples from different parts of the plant, so a leaf, a flower, part of the stem, a rosette leaf, and we did DNA fingerprint profiles of those different parts. And in some percent of the individuals that we tested this way, we could show that there was a mismatch between the fingerprint from different parts of the plant. So this part might be genetically different than this part. What was more astonishing was that we found that sometimes new pieces of DNA would show up, and we couldn't identify a source in the genome from which it could have arisen. It's that finding that is the best evidence we have that there must be information somewhere else that the plant can access and then incorporate into its genome, the one that we know about and that we can measure. So why haven't people identified this before? Why are we the only lab at this point that has evidence of the existence of this backup information? I think there are a number of reasons why that would be the case. As is often true, when something is first discovered, it's by accident. We happen to be working on, for example, a mutant that shows a higher rate, we believe, of this process, so we were able to detect it because the frequency was greater. The other is that it goes against everyone's training in genetics. It's completely counterintuitive to do some of the experiments that we've done. Why would you, for example, assay a single individual plant and ask if the DNA fingerprint is the same on all parts of the plant? The assumption is, of course it is. Also, why would you ever look for sequences to come back that you know are not there? And so it makes sense that people haven't done the experiment because there's no reason to have done the experiment. However, with what we show in this paper, we were hoping that we could motivate people to do some of these experiments, despite the fact that they're counterintuitive, because it is possible that we're right, and we now need people to verify that that's the case, to do the experiment, show for themselves that this really is going on, and then have more of the community involved in moving this research forward. Experimental error is a part of doing experiments. You can never conduct an experiment that doesn't have some margin of error. So it is a criticism that you can never argue. You can never provide an adequate rebuttal. The only option left, if that is what people are saying, is to disseminate the information, be completely open and public about it. The worst that can happen is that we're proven incorrect. The best that can happen, which is what I obviously am hoping for, is that we will be proven correct. And if that is the case, then, and I think this will be the case, the discovery that we've made, that is part 2 summarized in the paper that's on this website, is really, really important. It's more important than any of the issues that may surround this specific manuscript.